Hello, hello, my friends. It is Ann coming to you from Whimsically Knotted on a Tuesday. I normally go live Monday evenings, but we had our little Bristol pistol yesterday, and I did not get around to going on live yesterday. So here I am today. We are going to create with this cutting board from Craft Dealz, and we're going to do some fun things to create a blended background with 3 different stain colors, 4 including the white, and we are going to get started. If you're watching on replay, please hashtag replay, let me know that you're here. I am going to see, because I really would like for you to see it the right side up, but let me see if I can see comments on here, because I had a little bit of trouble coming up on my iPad. It said that I had no Wi-Fi. Hello, Sherry. So I had to turn my camera back around and make sure that everything was good. So if okay, everything came up. I'm going to go ahead and flip you and turn you back around. That way you'll see the words the right way. So bear with me. You guys are going to go for a little ride. Where is my flippy? And there we go. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. Let's wait till that comes up to make sure we are good. I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and turn you down so you can see what's going on down here, because you don't need to be seeing me. You need to see what's happening. All right, everything looks good. All right. I already stained it with white, just simple white from Minwax. We are going to be using, this one is the solid. It is called Antique Jade. We're going to use Antique Jade. We will be using Weathered Oak. This is a transparent one. And we will be using Vintage Blue, I believe. Vintage Blue. And I will show you the colors here in a moment. Let me put my glove on. I hope this project is going to turn out the way I envision it in my mind. And tell me if you can see. I'm going to see if I cannot. Bear with me. We're going for another ride, people. I want you guys to be able to see the project more than my table. You don't need to be seeing what's on my table. You need to see the project. So give me just a second. I want to see how much. Oh yeah, that made a difference. So that should be a little bit better. It seemed like you were like way over on the other end over there, and I wanted you to be over here. All right, let's see if that made a difference. Sorry about all the technical adjustments here. I just want to make sure that you guys can see better. I still have those cans in the view though. I was trying to get the focus more on here than back here. But I cannot pull my stand out any further than that. So I'm going to move my board closer to you. This is the Weathered Oak. And this is what I'm going to do. I am going to move this up a little bit, and then hopefully you'll be able to see better. I am going to use my Harbor Freight sponge. I've already used it for something else, but I normally use it 8 times. I use 4 times the corners on this side and 4 times the corners on that side, and then I normally ditch it. And we don't need much, because all I want to do is I just want to add a little bit of ground Is that a good enough view? Can you see good? Hello, Carlene. Hey, Miss Janice. Long time no see. How are you? Are you staying warm? I know Florida had some cool temperatures for Florida. I am going to spritz this just a bit. Water is what helps this to blend in. And I hope you guys can see this good. Let's not forget our bottom. And the sides. And I admire Miss Amanda. She is an ambassador with Essential Stencil with Metal Modern Design. How effortlessly she blends colors. And I hope you can see it is just a little hint of a different color. So I am gonna scoot that over there. I am going to go to the blue next. I'm gonna put the blue on the top, and then green is gonna be in the middle. This is our vintage blue. This is going to the top. And I am just going to use this side up here. I want to make sure you guys can see. I love this blue. I know some people say robin's egg blue. That's what it reminds me of. I just think this is such a beautiful color. And I don't want to be in a straight line. So I am going to leave it just the way it is. And then I'm going to take my other sponge. And we're going to get our vintage green out. No, antique jade. Antique jade is our next color that's going in the middle. And then we'll just blend with those three colors back and forth until we get the right consistency that we want. Look at that pretty green. And I'm just going to use the other side of this sponge. These are kind of like Easter colors, you know that? And in order to blend, we need a moist edge. So I am going to spritz. I am going to bring that brown back up. I'm going to switch to my blue and bring my blue back down. I'm going to add a little bit more blue. Go in one direction. And again, this is our background. Get that green back out. And we'll just continue to blend it in. Again, I am not blending in a straight line. Want it a little bit darker. let's not forget our sides. Switch to my blue. I'm going to make sure that everything matches up. Did you guys have a chance to look at the massive transfer restock? Man, they brought back some goodies. I am so excited for this restock. They have a spring one. I forgot what the name of that one was. I can't remember. Which already launched. The next one is Best of Vintage, which will launch on the 17th. I am going to add a little bit more blue on this side. I want it a little bit darker. And then the last one is Farmhouse Favorites. And that one is going to launch on the 24th. And I will tell you here in just a moment what is in them. I always want this to blend together. Let my green back out. And now we're gonna dip a little bit back into this. Got a little bit too much on my, I didn't want that much on my sponge, so the weathered oak, because I want that to be our ground down here. Again, I'm going to spritz it a little bit. I have to look on my paper. The Best of the Vintage. If you've been waiting for the trucks to come back, that is the trucks. The vintage trucks. It's got the spring stamps in there. It's got the vintage butterflies, what I really like. The lavender, the vintage windows, I really like those too. Let's see, those blue flowers, chinoiserie, I think. I can't say that word right to save my life. And the flower and the bike. There are 7 sets in that bundle. In the spring, in each set there are 7. And then the farmhouse favorites, it got the large cows, the honeybees, the rustic summer flowers, which were really pretty. The pink and purple truck. It has the sea turtles, the patriotic flowers, and the wild horses. So there are some pretty ones in there. So if you're waiting on certain ones to restock, your wait is over. I've got to turn this my way for just a second. There's no green, there's no green. I just want it blended. And I think that looks pretty good. It's got some shading in there that I wanted, and I'm gonna call that good, because I feel like the more I mess with it, the more I'm gonna mess it up. So I'm gonna call this good. I forgot to do the bottom. All right, here we go. Let's do that bottom. Nope, I'm gonna put a fingerprint on it. Be careful when you handle this. You can end up putting fingerprints on here. Oh, let's get rid of the fingerprints. I'm blending it down. That way it doesn't look like it is just one solid color. I wanted variations in there. Now you're going to hear me bang. But all of those transfers, they have a bundle for each set, and you can buy them individually. So if there is a particular one that you want, like in the spring one, it has the bunnies that everybody wanted. The girl and boy bunny. It's got the other butterflies, which I'm going to use some of those tonight. And, oh my goodness, I can't even remember all the ones that are in that spring bundle that are gorgeous. It's got the magnolia blossoms. You ladies help me out. What other ones do they have in there? I know they got a bunch of beautiful ones in there. I'm going to dry this and I'm going to sand it real quick. They are putting the bundles out. Like I said, there is 3 separate bundles. You can get all of them individually. The one released on the 10th. The spring one released on the 10th. Then the next one will release on the 17th. And then the last one on the 24th. They will be available until they are sold out. I don't know if they're going to be restocked or not. So if you had your eyes out for something specific, Best of Vintage is the one that has the trucks in there that Melissa with Johnson Craft Treasure likes. The teal with the flowers. the vintage butterflies. The lavender was really beautiful, and the vintage windows with the skeleton keys. The blue flowers with, I think it's chinoiserie. And then the flowers and the bike is in that bundle. Like I said, there's 7 sets in each bundle. It is discounted, and you can use my code WK21 to save you an extra 10%. You can also save on the individual ones as well. The farmhouse one, which will be released on the 24th, will have the large cows, the Highlander and the black and white cow. The honeybees, which is a really fun summer project. Transfer. The sea turtles is in that bundle. I don't know what's called farmhouse favorites. Having sea turtles in there, but they are in that bundle. And the sea turtles are gorgeous, and the patriotic flowers are really pretty too, and the wild horses. Oh, and then the rustic summer florals. I like those. They look like wildflowers. I like those. I don't know why my sponge just jumped away, but it did, my standing block. And this is 120 sandpaper. I am going to dry the top a little bit, and that's what my sky, grass, and dirt area looks like. Hey, Miss Bonnie, Miss Dorothy. It's getting colder in Florida. Expecting a freeze. Yep. Thank you for the stars, Miss Carlene. You are such a sweetheart. I am so glad that you are going to be able to watch more. Thank you. We will add a couple of transfers, so I want to make sure that this is good and dry. Got everything done. Didn't mess the back up too bad, so that's good. If you need my code, exclamation mark code. If you need the, I've also posted the links for what I'm using in the comments. I did not post this one because this is a stencil of the month club that I just got in. And we will be using the Secret Garden out of this one. And here's the butterflies. I did put that link in there, and then I put the spring bundle link in there, or the big restock link. This is the one, Wings of Wonder, and they are incredible. I mean, if you look at the stunningness of these, oh my gosh. I love those. And if you're not a member of the Stencil of the Month Club, this is the add-on that you can get with the Stencil of the Month Club. It is a subscription. You can join and either decide to get the large 12 by 16 set, which is a premium, or you can get the small set, which is a 6 by 8. Yep, 6 by 8. And there's 3 stencils in there as well. The add-on can be added to the, this is the one we're going to use, Secret Garden. The add-on can be added to the premium only. And if you've never been a member, you can save 50% on the premium. And you can, that'll be perfect. And you can Oh my God, my words just lost me. Get the basic one for free, and that excludes shipping and handling, of course, and tax. I found this set of florals. It's called Wild Florals, and that was a Stencil of the Month Club exclusive as well in February 2024. And they were hidden. I didn't know I had these. These match really well with my dried florals that I'm going to be using tonight. So I am going to incorporate this. And we're going to see what it looks like. We're going to put this one on here. If we like it when we put the word over it, then we're going to use the other big one at the top and put our word over on the top. But we'll see. We'll try this one out first. And if it looks good, we're going to go on. If not, then we won't. And if you are in the Stencil of the Month Club, you have access to previous ones. So when they open up the shop, you can get previous stencils. And they are exclusive to the Stencil of the Month Club. They will not be available on the regular I'm going to let this around on the regular Essential Stencil page. That is a club separate from the stencil site or page. And again, don't forget to use my code. If you have never been a member, use the code, sign up. You have until tomorrow. And then the new one will be revealed. The new set will come out. Do the same on the bottom here. If the words will not show up good enough, then we're not going to do the top. But I thought this flower set will lend itself really well with my dried flowers that we're going to add. And I pray that this turns out the way that I envision it. You know, when you have a vision on something. And thank you all for being on. I appreciate you. Did I miss anybody? Bonnie, Dorothy, Janice. I want to make sure I didn't miss saying hello to anybody. Has everybody been studying their Soul-Filled Saturday lessons? I am so looking forward to Saturday. I was reading my word for the year, hope, in my Rooted book. And man, it is revealing so much. The Lord really is showing me some things. And if I could ask for your prayers, on Thursday, we have to go to Winston-Salem, which is about a little over an hour away for an appointment. It's a specialist appointment. And then on Tuesday, we're going to Charlotte to another specialist appointment. And on Thursday, it'll be the last one. On this Thursday will be a vision test specialist, and next Tuesday will be just general health, and the next Thursday will be behavioral health exam. So I pray that they will see that he is in need of a caretaker and that he does need assistance with certain things, and you know, may need bars in the bathroom, and you know, just all the things. Does that look pretty already just by itself? I just love it. It's so pretty. If they still have it and you're in the Stencil of the Month Club, I'm not sure whether they do or not, but this is the name of it. It was called Wild Florals from February 2024. And yes, your transfers do have an expiration date. Thanks for sprinkling. Oh, thank you. My blending is nothing like Amanda's. I'm still practicing. But I don't mind the white in here because I wanted it, yeah, I wanted it to look like that, like there's a little bit of sky, and that was my desire. I'm just testing something real quick. I'll make sure I get the bird in there. I am not going to put everything that is on here in this. Just want to know if we like this. If I put this one in, will I have enough room to put it in without? I can move it up a little bit more. You might work. Let's get us some tape. Tape this down. And I'm going to get some tape once I find my tape again. And we'll tape some of this off because I don't want all of it. I am not doing garden. Garden is going to go across. Oh, come on. All right, and I am not doing this part right here. That I can do with the backer board. Need one more little piece. That right there, and then oh, I moved everything now. Oh, there it is. It's like I can't find nothing no more now, and I'll just use this right here for the words. I'm going to use black for that, but I think after I put the black on, I'm going to use Enchanted Shimmer to make it a little shimmery. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hello, Barb. Thank you. I appreciate that, Carlene. I am making a cotton board, and it's called Secret Garden. I'm going to use a 3/4 inch brush. And again, if that does not show up over our flowers really well, then I am not going to put the other one on, but if it does, I will. So we'll just have to experiment, and sometimes that's what we are here for. We are here to experiment, to show you things. I don't know why I got so much paint on that side, but I did. I thought about doing it in a different color, but I really like just the black, because the others would not have really blended in and stood out as much as I wanted to. So I just went with the black. I thought about a metallic purple or a rose or any of those darker colors. Not a rose, like a fuchsia color. But I didn't want it to be blending in too much. That's why I chose the black. And that way our flowers will be the star and show up better. I'm just making a second pass on here, and yes, you can stencil over your transfers. Pick up a little bit more paint from the offload pile. And our flowers and our background is going to be the star of this show. Got everything I wanted to put on there. Think that is gonna turn out good. Now you ladies, let me know what you think. This is what it looks like with the flower. And the reason why I put that under there, our flowers that we are going to use, our wildflowers or dried flowers, are very similar to these. So that's why I put that under there. Do we want to, let's see, I done lost it. add this one up here and then put our garden word. Garden is gonna go over top of it. I think we should. I just think it would pull it all together. I really like that. I'm gonna add it. I know I asked you. I don't want to keep you guys too long. And again, these are not available. These are from the Stencil of the Month Club. I don't know if they're available, but they matched my flowers so good that I just felt compelled to use them. And maybe some of you still have them and was wondering what can I do with those. You can combine them. Don't know if you guys are commenting or not. I don't see many comments. Please, please, please comment. Let FB know that you're interested, that you're engaging, that you're enjoying watching. In order to get this to go around, I'm going to snip it here and snip it here. I'm going to snip it here, and I don't want all of it to go around because I don't want it to go to the other side. But that is one way you can maneuver something around somewhere. So now I can bend this easier. I'll make another slit. Because this is in the curve and it is hard to do, and you can't see it when I have it in my lap. Do you guys have a favorite in your transfers that you were waiting on to get restocked? And also, if you do !ES, it'll take you to the Essential Stencil page. But I did put the link in the comments. If you will use that, that will help me out as well. Sometimes using your fingernail is the easiest to get things on. I'm excited about adding the dried flowers. The dried flowers came from Amazon. And I even thought about using the pen art fine line crackle on here, but I didn't want to make it too busy. But this, to me, I was picturing like a wildflower garden, like a whimsical garden that has, you know, birdhouses in it and wind chimes and just fun things for the bird to hang out on, you know, like old pot lids with spoons and forks hanging from it to make a wind chime, and little terracotta pots, and just fun things that anywhere you look, there is something that'll catch your eye. That's what I wanted to do, like a little secret garden with secret passageways and a bench where you can relax and sit on and listen to the birds and see the butterflies and, you know, all those things. Just where you can take a moment and relax and enjoy just some quiet moments watching the birds and the butterflies and the bees and just all the critters. And just have time with the Lord. And have peace. That's what this piece is. That's what this piece is. It is just a piece of tranquility. Maybe there's even a little waterfall or a little fountain where you can hear some water trickling. And see with the, what is the one, the, those wildflowers that are in the, transfers, you can do the same thing with the wildflowers. The vintage truck, I'm waiting for those too. All right, now we're going to add the word garden. And we're going to tape off the other way. When you peel this back, be very gentle. Sometimes you can just rip it. Sometimes you need a little bit more delicacy because it is such fine little lines, like on the bird. If you would have something on the bird, you don't want to rip his little feathers off. That's why or the rose. So I always do it a little bit gentle. Make sure there is no paint on the back side. I gotta turn it this way so I can see where I need to tape. That I can block off. And I am blocking this off. Everything else we're keeping. Right there, that looks good. Make sure I'm semi-straight. Get our brush back out and load it back up with some black paint. Offload it. think I need to come up just a little bit. You guys notice that I get really quiet when I'm concentrating, or I'll go like, bite my lips. I'm making sure I got the right things that I want on here, so I don't accidentally put something on here I didn't want. I grew up with I had a flower garden when I was just a kid, basically. I was younger than a teenager. I had forget-me-nots. I had lily of the valley, tulips, what are the other ones? Not buttercups, daffodils. I had a bunch of flowers in my, it's like a little rock garden. I loved my garden, my flower garden. I've always had flowers my whole entire life. I'm going to hold this a little bit because it is going off the page and it's lifting my stencil up. A little bit more. That moment of truth, let's see. That looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and take the tape off, that way I will not forget. And remember, if you lay your stencil down, make sure that you got the back. I'm going to dry this and then I'm going to sand it. Hey, Miss Maggie. Hey, Sherry. Doesn't it look like a little, like a fairy garden, like a wildflower garden that you just want to sit and enjoy? And if this rubs off a little bit, I'm okay with that because I want that vintagey look. If you see some of this has rubbed off a little bit, I'm okay with that. That just gives it to that authenticity of being aged. All right, let's see what else. These are the 3 butterflies I decided we are going to use. And we will use a Mod Podge to put on our flowers with. I'm going to get my And this is how they come. And you get different packs. This is the other one. And I got them in here because they're loose, so they will fall out. I'm just going to use this one for my Mod Podge. I'm going to lay these out the way I want them. And then I can place my aren't they just pretty? I'm just trying to get placement so I know where I need to put my and see how intricate these are. Sometimes these things don't grip too good. And you just play with layout. I think that looks pretty good. I want that one right there. Let's see. I had it laid out a little bit differently originally. I need to move him over a little bit more. All right, that looks good. I'm going to shift these over a little bit more to make a little bit more room over here because it's really busy on this side. one little tiny flower over here we need to pick up. I think these blend in really well with the colors we have. Sorry, my hands are probably in the way. Again, these are, I think, called Wings of Wonder. This is one of the sets that is available in the spring bundle that is available now of the transfer restock. Might have to get a, there we go. So I might have to get the tape. Couldn't get under the butterfly, under the paper, transfer paper. And you just burnish it in, or what I call rubbing it in. Don't rip it off like a band-aid. Go slow. Make sure everything is adhered and attached, especially the little antennae and the legs of the insects. If you are doing insects. Just make sure all delicate wings are down. If you have a part that is not adhered, just lay it back down and burnish it a little bit more. Rub it in just a little bit more. Alright, we didn't lose no antennae. Look, I just lost a little leaf on here. I grabbed it too harshly. All right, now I'm just gonna move these up. And just remember the order you had them in so that you can place them down in the right order. And I'm going to start with these two at the end. And I'm just going to put Mod Podge on the whole part. That way it won't look funny that one part is shiny and one part is not. And the Mod Podge will dry clear. Your flower will be adhered. I'm just doing a dry fit. If it flips over, just flip it back. Just very carefully. Put it on. I mean, even in real life, they don't, they're not perfect. And I will check comments here in just a moment. I just have to lay it down to look for placement so I know where this needs to go. Holding my breath, can you tell? I'm just holding it with my hands. And gently putting it down. I forgot to, oh no, this one goes on the top. Just kidding. Mod Podge, and I've got a very soft brush because you're gonna have to be gentle with these because they're very delicate. And just reload your brush when you run out of Mod Podge. Get the little blue one. Just be careful when you over top of any of them. Okay, my yellow one. Trying to see where I want to put my yellow one. It's going to go right there. I'm going to stick that one over here. I don't know if I want that big yellow one right there or not. But I do want that one over here. I'm going to check comments here in just a moment to see where you think we need to put something. And the Mod Podge also protects them when we put that over top. Hey, Cindy. I heard that you've been sick. I've watched you a couple of times. I got the flowers from Amazon. Thank you, ladies. Hey, Shelly. I appreciate that. I need to make sure that this one lays down. Where do we want to put our yellow one? Will he look too big down here? Let me put this one down first before I lose him. Because these are delicate. And they come in all kinds of colors. I got more of the vintagey colors, more like the neutrals. This one had a little handicap, but I think I am going to try to make that fit in there. Or should we even leave that one off? All right, I have not put these two on yet. That one and the yellow one. Should we put the yellow one on the bottom right here and this one up here? Or should we move that over a little bit more? It's hard to maneuver it upside down. I just feel it needs something on the bottom down here. Thank you, Cindy. I am going to put that one up already. And that's going to go up there. We know that one. Very delicate. Hold my breath. These would also make really pretty tags. Nope, forgot to do the white one too. We could put the daisy down here and put this one up here. That might be a better option. Put the daisy down here. And if you don't like your flowers not having stems, you can color a stem in without any problems. I'm very lightly putting my fingernail down to hold it, because this one is really delicate. And I will spray seal this. Just to make sure that everything is down. All right, now that we have all of this, do we want to put this one in here? Oop. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong way. Like, I know I had it the right way. Do we want to add this one like in this vicinity? I'm going to see if I can bend this one back. And I put just enough Mod Podge on my plate. Delicate process. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate the hearts, the thumbs up, the stars, all the things. And I am going to try to pick up this little piece with my tweezers. Now I've got to figure out which way. Of course, it just fell down in here. I feel like I'm performing an operation. So you don't fret if something falls off. You can always add it back on. I'm going to go back over these one more time, and I think we got everything secured. But don't you think that these match that really well? That's why I added those. I thought they just match really, really, really well. Oh, we got that one little baby here. Let's put my brush in water. This one won't need much. Hi. Now my thought was, got this little bit of a lace tablecloth. Was thinking about adding it on here and adding a little key. What do you guys think? Should we add the lace? I would have to cut it to size and add the key, or just add the key by itself on here, or no key. And I also had greenery to add greenery if we wanted to use greenery. And I even had a little tag if we wanted to add a tag. We could do that. Song in the Garden. Oh, yes. That is a good reference to this. There's a little bird singing. Hey, Becky. Thank you, ladies. So what do you guys think? To make it a little bit more like Secret Garden looking, do we want to add a tag in here? Do we want to add the key? Do we want to add some greenery hanging down? Do we want to add that little bit of a doily, or whatever this thing is called, lace, like that maybe? Miss Bunny says key, just the key. And this, by the way, has a little tulip stamped on it. You know, you can also, if you do tags, add a little bit of lace on the bottom of the tag. What did I just do with this? There it is. And again, I will spray this with a spray sealer, and I use Rust-Oleum 2x matte. I can also use polyacrylic. I don't know yet which one I want to use. gotta stand it up to see how long I want this to be. Because it is the secret garden. Gotta have a secret key, right? Looped it through the wrong one. Guys, think that that's the right height, or do I need to make it a little bit longer to hang down a little bit further? I don't think this looks bad right there. I will tie the key on, but I'm not going to do it right now because I got to take all this back off so that I can finish that out. Now, what do you guys think about, should we add a little bit of the enchanted shimmer anywhere? I'm just adding very minimal black around just to frame it in. That enchanted shimmer is not glitter, it is just shimmer. And I'm just taking my brush at an angle on the side right here to add this little bit of black outline. And we could have used dark wax for this. It is very minimal. And again, I will add my key back in here. Does it need anything? Does it need a little bit of shimmer here and there? Looks good. Then we will leave it the way it is. Whew, we went over a big time today, but it was a lot to do. Again, I will add that key back in after I seal it. There's one more look at all the detail. And again, the stain is what made this piece and our dried flowers. I appreciate you guys hopping on. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. I hope this inspires you to create a secret garden. And this would also look good on a garden flag minus the actual flowers, the dried flowers, because they would not survive. But you could do something similar on a garden flag that would be really pretty. Or even those little banners that we've had before, that would be pretty as well. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the stars, the thumbs up. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I think I am going to do that, and I'm going to use the enchanted shimmer. It will just give it a little bit of just what a secret garden needs, just a little sparkle. Like, you know, the Lord has kissed the flowers with a little bit of dew. That's, I think, what we will need. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate you guys. You have a blessed evening. Hop on to Essential Stencil and watch Miss Melissa. And you have a blessed evening. Thank you so much.